so sorry, Judge.
I'm sorry too. You know what I'm sorry about? The fact that you felt like that was your only option.
Again, I repent. I repent.
Mom, you don't even have to tell me. I can read your face. It's obvious as hell. Everybody runs into tough spots. Now, last thing, because this is going to make my tail wag.
Oh my gosh.
This is a $25 gift card, Your Honor.
Oh wow.
It ain't much.
No.
It ain't much, but it's a little piece of my heart. I hope you hear.
Today, Judge Oakley will preside over a case involving a couple apprehended for theft. This particular court hearing is quite emotional. I must assert that it is arguably one of the most captivating sessions presided over by Judge Oakley. Typically, we witness Judge Oakley admonishing defendants, but this instance was markedly different. I also appreciate the manner in which Judge Oakley managed this case. I will refrain from revealing too much, but I pose a question for your consideration. Should individuals who steal food for survival face the same penalties as those who steal for selfish motives? I welcome your thoughts as we proceed to observe Judge Oakley in action.
Your Honor, would you like to call both these matters together? They're co-defendants who have waived any conflict. Sure, bring them up. Why don't you guys come on up? Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, appearing on behalf of co-defendants Kendrick McBride and Leslie Thomas, who will be coming to the podium.
Good morning, folks.
I have advised Mr. McBride and Ms. Thomas of the right to have independent counsel represent them. They've been advised and have waived that and have asked for me to represent both of them and proceed.
Okay, true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And have you folks discussed your rights and options with Mr. Hadley?
Yes.
And have you discussed the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes.
Retail fraud. Understanding retail fraud, understanding your rights and options, are you each going to plead guilty to that charge today?
Yes.
Ma'am? And are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Sir, how about you?
Yes.
Freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right.
And Your Honor, just for the record,
Same incident date?
this is going to be a 771.1 as to Ms. Thomas, no priors. It'll be a 6-month delayed sentencing.
Yep.
Which we think there'll be no issues with this young lady.
Okay. All right. You want to voir dire for me?
Yes, sir. Date was my apologies.
April 20th.
On April 20th of 2024, Mr. McBride and Ms. Thomas, were you both at the Walmart in Van Buren Township, County of Wayne, State of Michigan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. At that date and time, were you at the self-checkout counter, and did you fail to scan certain items, personal items that you had that day?
Yes.
Were those items food, personal use items?
Yes.
Okay. And did you fail to pay for those items before being stopped by law prevention? Okay.
Satisfied?
I am too. If we can move into a very brief allocution whenever the court's ready to hear us.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Your Honor, I can tell you, this is a family of 10 kids. The items that were taken that day, they have both come in the most sincere, humble way and have explained to me what was going on and why. They don't excuse their behavior, but they were in a tough spot and made a decision that day that they obviously regret now. I've discussed with them what options may look like moving forward, obviously for assistance or help. And again, even some of the court's options with maybe converting fines into community service. This young lady's never been in, again, trouble before. The emotion that came over her today when she heard that she wasn't even going to jail, could still be there for their kids, was overwhelming. Just anecdotally, Mr. McBride asked to come in and take responsibility for the entire time. Again, loving father, they're in a tough spot, and I'm not, again, saying what happened was okay.
Yeah.
But we look at the context of what was going on there that day,
Okay.
and we just asked that the court consider these factors when passing sentence for these two folks. And I swear I didn't mean to bring you normal in for any sympathy, Your Honor. Just happened to be here.
You guys working?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mom, where you work?
I'm self-employed. I have my own cleaning business.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Residential and commercial?
Residential.
Okay. How about you, Dad?
I work for High Time Home Health Care.
Okay.
This situation exemplifies the current dire state of our economy. This woman and her husband both hold full-time employment, yet still struggle to meet their financial obligations. Life appears profoundly inequitable. However, it is worth noting that she has 10 children, which is quite extraordinary. 50 years ago, a family of this size could thrive on a single income. The average home cost approximately $25,000, and one paycheck could sufficiently cover all expenses, including mortgage, food, and even vacations. Today, despite 2 incomes, They are barely making ends meet. The rampant inflation is alarming, particularly as wages have not kept pace and housing prices are exorbitant. It is disheartening that individuals are compelled to resort to theft to fulfill their basic needs. Please share your thoughts on the current situation.
I'm guessing that's the youngest.
She's
How old's the
second.
oldest?
She's second.
Second, you got one smaller than her?
Yeah.
How old's the oldest?
The oldest is 21.
Okay, right. They all at home?
No, some are off to college,
Good.
some in high school.
Good.
Some middle school,
Okay.
grade school.
So what was going on?
Just was running low on money.
And did review the items with Miss Manor and
Yeah,
others. So
Yeah, they weren't stealing vodka.
there was no TVs, there was no items that would be
Yeah.
resellable. They were all personal consumption.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Judge.
I'm sorry too. You know what I'm sorry about? The fact that you felt like that was your only option. So a bunch of stuff going in my head right now. And first of all, you're not going to jail. Right? So you forget about that. Before you get out of this building, I want you to make contact with Mr. Taylor downstairs. Mr. Taylor is our community resource guy. Okay. He's going to be able to give you some phone numbers, some pamphlets for some organizations that you should have in your toolbox.
Yes.
Okay. 10 kids, things will probably be tight again. Right. So let's avoid this kind of stuff.
Yes.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit, well, first of all, either one of you got anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
Again, I repent. I repent.
Mom, you don't even have to tell me. I can read your face. It's obvious as hell. Yeah. Anything else? All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit you both $300 for a total of $600. You've heard me say this. I think you've been in here. You can do that with money. If you just figure out you can pay $50 a month, you take care of whatever you want to do. You can do it with money if you want to. The other thing, and I'm going to guess that some of your kids know about this.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest to you that maybe some of the other kids that don't know about it, maybe this is a good opportunity for you to teach the kids something.
Amen.
Okay. All right. So I'm happy to take your $600, but I want to make sure you understand that the other option is, and you can talk to Mr. Taylor about this as well. Instead of paying us $300, you can do some community service, charity work, document that to us. We'll apply it as money and close these files out. But that gives you as parents a chance to pick where you do your charity work and take some of the kids with you. She's not going, obviously, right? But some of the older kids, they can go with you, and maybe it gives you a chance to have some family discussion about, look, everybody runs into tough spots, okay? You can take care of it one way, you can take care of it the right way. You didn't take care of it the right way.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound. You guys know that, right? But I also understand sometimes when we're feeling under the gun, up against it, we just don't make good decisions, okay? So I want you to understand that's an option. Once again, for you guys might say, you know what, it's easier for us to find $600 than the time it's going to take to do it with community service. But you talk to Mr. Avery Taylor about that and you work it out that on you.
Yes,
Understood?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
I promise you it'll never happen.
I don't doubt that a bit. Not a bit.
I
That's
prayed
not
about it.
That's not even a concern for me.
Thank you.
All right. So you keep giving me little hints that you're a woman of faith.
I am.
So what happened to you two today, I would say was classified as grace.
Yes.
Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So here's what I think is really cool about grace. You can't keep it.
Right. It runs out.
You got to give it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the other, I'll sentence you to that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Show somebody grace
amen.
today.
Thank
All right. Now, last thing, because this is going to make my tail wag. Come here. Give that to Mom and tell her that's the way she can give somebody grace on me.
Oh my gosh.
This is a $25 gift card.
Oh wow.
It ain't much.
No,
It ain't much, but it's a little piece of my heart. I hope you hear.
thank you.
All right?
Thank you so much.
So good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. What's that? Yeah, they're going to see Avery. Bye.
Please share your thoughts on this case, as I find it profoundly tragic. Some may argue that Judge Oakley was excessively lenient and should have imposed harsher penalties on the defendants. While I understand this perspective, judges are meant to uphold the law rather than dispense sympathy. However, in this instance, I believe he managed the situation appropriately. The defendants were evidently struggling to support their 10 children, and resorting to theft of personal items, such as food, differs significantly from bank robbery. I mean, legally theft is theft, but morally, Judge Oakley is a very nice guy. You can just tell by the way he acts here, and he handled it perfectly, because honestly, when you're dealing with these kinds of people who are obviously struggling with 10 kids, it's good to just give a break, because what good is them paying $600 to the court? Like, it just doesn't make much sense. So there's really only one option here. Just try to connect with them and just hope that they do better. Which I think they will, but that $300 you gave them, that was just so awesome. And you just really don't see that these days, really. Like, it's not a life-changing amount or anything. And it's also a gift card, he said. But it's definitely the kind of thing that can push somebody in the right direction. And I'm just hoping that little bit of help keeps them from feeling desperate enough to steal again. I feel like a lot of judges would have just thrown fines at them and just kicked them out of court, but instead Judge Oakley gave them a chance to do better, and hopefully they take it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. This one was a little different, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Please share your opinions on this court session in the comments below. Do you believe Judge Jalay was overly lenient, or did he make an appropriate decision? I publish content daily, so remain attentive for additional updates. I sincerely value your viewership. Thank you so much, and take care.